In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can make the most of your wedding morning bridal preparation. So let's just get straight into it. I'm Georgia McGilly from Georgia-Beth Photography, and I release weekly videos helping couples to prepare for their wedding, give them inspiration and giving them tips on their planning. So for the morning of your wedding, you really don't want to be rushing, feeling stressed, feeling sweaty, not happy with your hair, not happy with your makeup, not happy with the way the morning's gone, feeling hungry, all that sort of thing. You don't want that to happen. And actually a big chunk of your day is going to be that preparation leading up to the ceremony. So you want to make sure that you've got it nice and planned so that it's stress-free and a relaxing and fun experience. So I'm just going to give you a few tips today on how to make sure that you do that. So the first thing to think about is where you want to have your bridal prep. Sometimes having your bridal prep in your own home can be a bit stressful because there's lots of other stuff going on. You might be halfway packing for your honeymoon, you might have recently moved house, you might be just have a bit of mess from the wedding preparations in the week leading up to the day. It might not be the best location. So when you're thinking about where you want to get ready, think about the environment that you want to be in. So if you want to book a wedding suite to go and stay there with your girls, your bridesmaids, so that you can get up in the morning and prepare in a beautiful space that is free from clutter, free from distractions, just so that you can enjoy your day, then I highly recommend it. Think about light and how the place makes you feel when you're there. Does it make you feel luxurious, excited, relaxed? Think about those things when you're planning on where you're going to have your bridal preparation. When it comes to thinking about that bridal prep venue, there's a few things to have in mind that you might not have thought about. So thinking about making sure that you've got plenty of bins to discard any kind of wrappers or plastic or mess from breakfast or from maybe makeup packaging, all that sort of thing. Think about whether there's enough electric sockets to kind of plug in hair supplies. If you've got a hairdresser coming, is there a nice space that they're going to be able to put out their kit and their gear, that it's not going to get in the way of other people as they're getting ready? Thinking about furniture, is there lots of places to sit and chat, have a glass of champagne with your friends? Is there enough places to hang up things like bridesmaids' dresses and your own dress? And then also thinking about if there's enough mirrors. If there's only one mirror in the place and you've got 5 bridesmaids with you, there's not going to be enough room for you to all get ready there. So think about whether there's enough mirrors, there's enough seats to sit at, all that sort of thing. Okay, moving on from the venue of where you're going to have your bridal prep, you want to think about what and who to have there. So plan who you want there in the morning, whether it's your parents, bridesmaids, best friend, auntie, grandmother, all those sorts of people. Plan who's going to be there and then plan who's going to take on what job. So if you have a photographer like me, I like to have the rings and all the details where the bridal prep is going to happen so that I can photograph some beautiful flat lays with invitations and rings and maybe flowers and all those sorts of things all together, so you get all those beautiful little details captured before the wedding actually starts. So if you've got a photographer like that and they want to do that, or you want to capture those photos, then make sure that you have them all together with you wherever you're getting ready. You also want to make sure that somebody's in charge of feeding you. So make sure that if maybe you've ordered a breakfast to be delivered to your room, maybe you have a bridesmaid who's going to come and bring breakfast in the morning and bring some drinks. Make sure that you're all fed, because quite often on a wedding day, you're not going to eat until later on in the afternoon, and you don't want to turn up to your ceremony feeling really hungry. When it comes to bridal prep photos, it's a really good idea to think about what you're going to wear. So things like matching pajamas or matching little dressing gowns, they're a really beautiful way of making sure that your bridal prep photos are stunning, look really nice in your album alongside the other dressy wedding photos, and are not going to kind of be mismatched. If everybody turns up in different pajamas, or some in a tank top and tracky bottoms and some dressed up in a nice dress already, then the photos sometimes look a little bit uncoordinated and a little bit messy. So have a little think about what you all want to wear on your wedding day so you can capture those moments beautifully and you look really coordinated. Also, make sure that you arm yourselves with your emergency kit. So check out my video on what you should have in your little emergency kit. Things like scissors, plasters, pins, sellotape, string, all those sorts of things which you think, I'm not going to need those. Maybe even hairspray and deodorant and mouthwash, and all of those things are going to help you just kind of prepare in case anything happens. So if you are wearing your shoes and they happen to give you a blister in the morning of, you can just stick a plaster on the back of your foot and nobody's going to have to rush out. Make sure that you've got plenty of water so that you've got a drink so you don't get dehydrated. If you're all getting ready in the same venue and you have maybe other guests staying there that night as well, make sure that you let the other guests just know to leave you alone, that you'd like to have some space just with your bridal party getting ready in the morning, so that you're not being pestered all morning. You can relax, have a glass of champagne, have your hair and makeup done, and just really enjoy that experience without being pestered or feeling like people are going to run into you and ask you lots of questions or talk to you for ages. And then the last thing I would recommend is to work backwards when it comes to timing. So think about what time you need to leave to get to the ceremony. You might be at a different venue separate from where your ceremony is, or you might be in the same hotel, but you need to make sure that you have figured out how long it's going to take you to get down there with a few minutes to spare, and then work backwards in timings with breakfast and hair and photos, all those sorts of things. Make sure that you leave plenty of buffer time just in case things overrun or someone turns up a little bit late. Then there's no stress. You can just enjoy it, relax, let people turn up, and you've got plenty of time to just have loads of fun in that exciting time leading up to your ceremony. So I hope this was really helpful. If you're thinking about photos, bridal preparation photos, then go ahead and check out my photo list video, and make sure that you go ahead and hit subscribe and like if you enjoyed this. Share it on social media if you found it really helpful with other brides or even your bridesmaids, so that they know how they're going to be able to help you in the morning of your wedding. And I will see you guys really soon. Make sure you tune in next week for the next video. Take care, guys.